Quotes from Gardiner Spring. From the Kindle, Deep Christian Quotes and Bible Verses. First quote. When should parental government cease? Wisdom would tell you to look at the disposition of your child, and the condition of your family. Are you seeing increasingly joyful experiences with your children? That would certainly point in the direction of their freedom. On the other hand, if your experiences are bitter, patience, not harsher government, is the remedy. Patience, and hope in God. Second quote. Humble, persevering prayer will accomplish much in educating your children. Is your pride concentrated in your children? Parents of great intellect and determination, especially young parents, are very apt to place great confidence in their own skill, management, and firmness. This pride in our children, and confidence in ourselves, will meet with severe trials. The Lord of heaven and earth holds both in His hands. Third quote. God means for us to renounce our self-confidence and feel our dependence on Him. When we fail, as certainly we will to some extent, we will lie prostrate on our faces and carry our children to the God of all grace and power. The sooner, more earnestly, and more submissively we do this, the more reason we have to hope. Fourth quote. Parental tenderness is the most pure, the most faithful, and the most productive, when prayer nourishes it. It is at God's mercy seat that a parent's love all flows out. And God reveals His mercy exactly as our children need it. Fifth quote. Let your children hear you pray daily. Pray for them so they can hear you asking God's special blessing on them. And then remember them in your private devotions. An affectionate and faithful parent will not let the angel of the covenant go, until he blesses his children. Sixth quote. Finally, do not be content to plead only for God's restraining grace. Go on in confidence to ask Him for His saving mercy. Plead for them in their sinfulness, lost without Christ's blood. Plead for them because they possess indisputable, inalienable immortality. Plead for them with the tenderness of Jesus. Plead for them with the assurance that someday you will say with Jesus, "Of those whom you have given me, I have lost none." Seventh quote. A hardened, ungrateful child may break your heart 10,000 times. He may turn you gray with grief, even to the grave, but you can look back and know that you were not negligent. Eighth quote. God's time for the conversion of your children may not be your time. Your efforts may seem to be in vain, even for years, but you will likely at last see your children rejoicing in the graces and comforts of holiness. He who goes forth and weeps, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Thanks.